So we are going to start with the last class for matrices and determinants, multiple choice questions. After that, we are going to start a new lesson. So in the previous class, we did up to question number 15 and 17 also we did. So now we can go to question number 19. A is a square matrix of order 3. Then determinant of adjoint A. If you remember in one of the class, I told you determinant of adjoint A will be equal to determinant of A square because the order n is 3. So we will take the power n minus 1. So simple. That is question number 19. Question number 21. I have to find trace of IN matrix. So what is IN matrix first of all? There is a shortcut method for this. If you know what is IN matrix. IN is identity matrix of order n. So if you want to find trace, what is the trace? What do you mean by trace? You will take the diagonal elements and you will add it. So trace of IN matrix will be n. That is the shortcut method. So directly you can go for n. Remember this shortcut method. Next, question number 23. If A is having elements of the type Aij, it is a scalar matrix. And order of this matrix A is m by n. It's given that Aij is equal to k for all I. Then you have to find trace of matrix A. So as I told you, it's for all I. So as I told you, trace of matrix A will be the diagonal elements being added. So the diagonal elements, clearly it is k. So k you will be adding. And how many times you will be adding? Because there are n columns. You will be adding n times. And so the answer will be n times k. Next, we will go to question number 25. B is non-singular matrix. A is square matrix. These all are given in the question. Determinant of B inverse AB equal to, that is what we have to find. So first, we will start with B inverse AB. How can I write B inverse AB? If I want to find determinant, I will write it as determinant of B inverse, determinant of A, and determinant of B. Or I can write it as determinant of B inverse, determinant of B into determinant of A. Or I can write determinant of B inverse B into determinant of A. Or I can write determinant of I into determinant of A. which will be equal to determinant of A. So the final answer, I can consider it as determinant of A. Next is 27. I have to find theta. It's given that determinant of sine 3 theta minus 2 3 cos 2 theta 8 minus 7 2 14 minus 11 is equal to 0. So I have to start with the given determinant to find the value of theta. For that, I will apply some operations. Like I will take R2 plus 4R1. So R1 will not change. Sine 3 theta minus 2 and 3. Then I have cos 2 theta plus 4 sine 3 theta. 8 minus 8 minus 7 plus 12. 2 14 minus 11 equal to 0. But in the same thing, I can apply one more operation. Instead of taking one more step, I will apply one more operation. And that operation is R3 plus 7R1. So 2 plus 7 sine 3 theta. 14 minus 14 minus 11 plus 21. So in that way, I am getting sine 3 theta, cos 2 theta plus 4 sine 3 theta, 2 plus 7 sine 3 theta, then minus 2, 0, 0, 3, 5 and 10 equal to 0. Now I can expand this determinant with the help of second column, so that I will be getting 2 into 10 into cos 2 theta plus 4 sine 3 theta minus 5 into 2 plus 7 sine 3 theta equal to 0. Or 2 into 10 cos 2 theta plus 40 sine 3 theta minus 10 minus 35 sine 3 theta equal to 0. I can remove 2. So 10 cos 2 theta plus 5 sine 3 theta minus 10 equal to 0. Or 2 cos 2 theta plus sine 3 theta minus 2 equal to 0. Or 2 into 1 minus 2 sine square theta plus 3 sine theta minus 4 sine cube theta minus 2 equal to 0. 2 minus 4 sine square theta plus 3 sine theta minus 4 sine cube theta minus 2 equal to 0. I can take sine theta common. Minus 4 sine theta. I will pull sine theta out. Minus 4 sine theta plus 3 minus 4 sine square theta equal to 0. So sine theta is 0 and 4 sine square theta plus 4 sine theta minus 3 equal to 0. So when I take sine theta equal to 0, I can get theta equal to n pi. But here, the other equation, I can factorize it as 2 sine theta minus 1 into 2 sine theta plus 3 equal to 0. So sine theta is 1 by 2. Sine theta is minus 3 by 2, which cannot be accepted. That means I can take sine theta equal to 1 by 2. Principal value of theta is pi by 6. General solution is theta equal to n pi plus minus 1 power n into pi by 6. So these two are the solutions for theta. That's what I can take. Going to the next question. This is question number 27. So we will go to question number 29. TP, TQ, TR are pth, qth are the terms of an arithmetic progression. Then determinant of TP, TQ, TR, PQR 111. What it is equal to? We have to find that. So we know that TP, the pth term of an arithmetic progression will be a plus p minus 1 into t. TQ will be a plus q minus 1 into t. And TR will be a plus r minus 1 into t. So when we are finding the determinant, we will write a plus p minus 1 into t, a plus q minus 1 into t, a plus r minus 1 into t, then PQR 111. This is how we will find the determinant. Now we have to apply operation over it. What's the operation to be applied? I will take R1. That means R1 will change. To R1, what I will do is I will take R2 minus R3, multiply with D and subtract from R1. That means A plus P minus 1 into D is there. R2 minus R3, P minus 1. P minus 1 I will multiply with D and I will subtract. Similarly, A plus Q minus 1 D is there. R2 minus R3, Q minus 1 I'll multiply with D and subtract. And similarly, A plus R minus 1 into D, I'll subtract R minus 1 into D. Then as usual, I have PQR 111. So I can cancel these terms. And then I will be getting AAA PQR 111. Because when I pull out A 111, PQR 111. Two rows are same, so the determinant will be 0. That means the answer is 0. Because there is a property. Okay, we can go to the next question. The next question is question number 31. In question number 31, they are asking us to find the value of the determinant B plus C, A, B, C plus A, B, C, C, A plus B. We have to apply some operations, obviously. What are the operations? Observe carefully. You can take R1. That means R1 will change. From R1, you subtract R2 and R3. That means from B plus C, subtract B, subtract C. From A, minus C, minus A, minus C. From A, minus B, minus A, minus B. Whereas the other two rows will be same. There will be no change. Then you can notice B cancels, C cancels. A cancels. Here also A cancels. And so you have 0, minus 2C, minus 2B, B, C plus AB, C, C, A plus B. Now, you can simplify it. You can expand this determinant with the help of first column. Because already, or you can take first row also. Not only first column, you can take first row also. So 2C into AB plus B square minus BC. Then minus 2B into BC minus C square minus CA. This is what you have. You can take 2ABC plus 2B square C minus 2BC square minus 2B square C plus 2BC square plus 2ABC. So these two cancel, and you are left with just 4ABC. That would be the answer. Next, we'll go to question number 33. SR is given as 2R x n into n plus 1, 6R square minus 1, y n square into 2n plus 3, 4R cube minus 2nr, z n cube into n plus 1. You have to find the value of sigma SR r equal to 1 to n and say that it is independent of what? It is independent of what? X only, Y only, X, Y, Z, N, or N only. So mainly it is independent of what? That is what you have to find. So for that, clearly, if you want to take sigma SR, R is only going to get affected 1 to n. That means the first column only will get affected. Sigma 2R, R equal to 1 to n. Sigma 6R square minus 1, R equal to 1 to n. Sigma 4R cube minus 2nr, R equal to 1 to n. Whereas the other columns will remain same because they don't have R and they are not going to get affected. That is very obvious. Okay. So this, how can I write? We know some formulas. 2 when I pull out, formula for sigma R is, because R is from 1 to n into n plus 1 by 2. 2 and 2 cancels. Then 6 when I take outside, sigma R square n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6 minus sigma 1 is n, of course. Then 4 when I take outside, sigma r cube is n square into n plus 1 whole square by 4 minus 2n when I take out, sigma r is n into n plus 1 by 2. The sigma formulas. Then x, y, z, n into n plus 1 and n square into 2n plus 1, n cube into n plus 1 will be same. So here I can cancel 6 and 6. I can cancel 4 and 4 and I can cancel 2 and 2. So whatever is left off is determinant of, I will have n into n plus 1. Here I will have n square into 2n plus 3. And here I will have n cube into n plus 1. The remaining two columns x, y, z. I have actually simplified. If you want, I can write one more step. So what I have is n into n plus 1, n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 minus n square into n plus 1 whole square minus n square into n plus 1. This I have simplified and I have written directly. That is the difference. So remaining two columns I'm writing same. So what I have simplified and I've written is n into n plus 1. The second one, when I simplify, I'll have n square into 2n plus 3. The third one, when I simplify, I have n cube into n plus 1. If you want, I will do it on the right side with a different color. So first one, I wrote as it is. Second one, n square plus n into 2n plus 1 minus n. Then 2n cube. I took 2n cube plus n square plus 2n square plus n minus n. So these two I got cancelled. 2n cube plus 3n square. So when I take out n square, I will have 2n plus 3. That is what I have written here. Similarly, the third one. If I take out n square common, I'll have n plus 1 whole square. I can take actually n plus 1 also common. I'm taking n square common and n plus 1 common. So I will have n plus 1 minus 1. So 1 and minus 1 will cancel. N cube into n plus 1 is there. And that's what I have written here. So after simplifying, I wrote that. And then I have x, y, z, n into n plus 1, n square into 2n plus 3, and n cube into n plus 1. I can see two columns are same. So determinant will be 0. So it is independent of all. It is independent of x, y, z, n. Nothing is there in the answer. No x, no y, no z, no n. That's how I can say. Okay, we can go to the next question. That is question number 35. If alpha is equal to determinant of a plus b, b plus c, c plus a. Actually, what is happening here is I'm writing the determinants. I'm giving you the determinants, and with the help of those determinants, we will find whatever is necessary. Let us take alpha, the determinant, a plus b, b plus c, c plus a, b plus c, c plus a plus b, c plus a plus b, b plus c. And beta I will take a, b, c, BCA, CAB. Then I have to find the relationship between alpha and beta. How alpha is related to beta? Alpha is related to beta by a particular equation. And that particular equation I have to find. So what we will do is we will take alpha. And I will simplify alpha. How? I will just take some operations. Like I will add C1 plus C2 plus C3. So A plus B plus C twice. B plus C, C plus A. Twice of A plus B plus C, twice of A plus B plus C. C1 will change. C2 and C3 will remain same. I can take out 2. Then I have A plus B plus C, B plus C, C plus A plus B plus C, C plus A plus B, A plus B plus C, A plus B, and B plus C. Now, I can make some operations over here. Like from C2, I can subtract C1. So alpha equal to 2 into A plus B plus C, that C1 will not change. Only C2 will change. B plus C minus A minus B minus C. So minus A I will have. C plus A minus B minus C. So I'll have minus B. A plus B minus A minus B minus C. So minus C. Similarly, I can apply C3 minus C1. So I'll have minus B, minus C, minus A. Now, I can apply one more operation. I can change C1 by adding C2 and C3. So alpha will be equal to 2 into B, A, and I think I have written wrong. Let me correct it. So after applying this operation, what I have is A and B will cancel C. B and C will cancel A. C and B will cancel, C and A will cancel, then B. Minus A minus B, minus B minus C, minus C minus A. Then I can take 2 minus 1s common from C2 and C3. So that I will have CAB, ABC, BCA. I can interchange the columns or the rows. What I want to do is I want to get ABC row first. Then I want to get BCA row next. So I can interchange and do that. So that alpha I will get 2 times ABC, BCA, CAB. Or I can write alpha is 2 times beta. After applying all these operations, finally I get that. Going to question number 37. I have 1 plus a, determinant of 1 plus a, 1, 1. 1, 1 plus b, 1. 1, 1, 1 plus c. I have to find the value of it. Known is A is not 0, B is not 0, C is not 0. Based on that. So, as usual, we will take the given determinant and find its value. First, from column A, from column 1, I will take A out. From column 2, B, and from column 3, C. So I have 1 by A plus 1, 1 by A, 1 by A. 1 by B, 1 by B plus 1, 1 by B. 1 by C, 1 by C, 1 by C plus 1. Next, looking at it, I can take R1 plus R2 plus R3. R1 will change. So I'll have ABC outside. I think instead of R1 plus R2 plus R3, if I take C1 plus C2 plus C3, that would be more easier. C1 plus C2 plus C3. Then I have 1 by A plus 1 by B plus 1 by C plus 1. C2 will not change, C3 will not change. 1 by A plus 1 by B plus 1 by C plus 1. 1 by B plus 1, 1 by C. 1 by A plus 1 by B plus 1 by C plus 1, 1 by B, and 1 by C plus 1. This is what I have. Next, along with A, B, C, I can take 1 by A plus 1 by B plus 1 by C plus 1 also common. This common I will be taking from C1. So that I will have 1, 1, 1. Then I will have second column 1 by B, 1 by B plus 1, 1 by B. And third column 1 by C, 1 by C, 1 by C plus 1. This is left off. So what I will do is, I will take R2 minus R1 now. So ABC to 1 by A plus 1 by B plus 1 by C plus 1. R1 will not change. 1, 1 by B, 1 by C. 1 minus 1, 0. Then here I'll have 1 and then 0. Similarly, I'll apply R3 minus R1. So 0, 0, and then 1. Then I can expand it using the first column. ABC into 1 by A plus 1 by B plus 1 by C plus 1. And then I have 1 into 1. So this will be my answer. Let's go to the next question. That is question number 39. Delta is equal to x plus lambda xx. X x plus lambda x, 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 x plus lambda. Then we have to find delta can be expressed in what form? So first we have to apply R1 plus R2 plus R3. So R1 will change 3x plus lambda, 3x plus lambda, 3x plus lambda. X, x plus lambda, x, 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 x plus lambda. This is what we have. Then we can pull out 3x plus lambda. 1, 1, 1, x, x plus lambda x, 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 and x plus lambda. Always, whenever you have ones, we will try to make two of the ones 0. So we will apply operation on it. The operation we are going to apply is C3 minus C1 and C2 minus C1. So C1 is not going to change. It will remain 1xx. Whereas C2 will change 1 minus 1. And then here we have lambda. And then we have 0. C3 will change. It will be 0, 0, lambda. So this can be written as 3x plus lambda 1 into lambda square. And that will be the answer because that is there in the options. We can go to question number 41 now. In 41, we have to find the value of the determinant, that is a plus b plus 2c, ab, c, b plus c plus 2a, b, c, a, c plus a plus 2b. The value of this determinant we have to find, and we have to select one of the options. I'll tell you what's the option. So here I'm going to apply some operations which will be convenient for me. That is, I'm going to take R1 minus R3 and R2 minus R3. So R1 and R2 will change. I will get R1 minus R3 means I will get a plus b plus c, 0, and negative a plus b plus c. R1 will change. For R2 minus R3, R2 will change 0, a plus b plus c, and negative a plus b plus c. R3 will not change. It will be same. Now from R1 and R2, you can take a plus b plus c common. So a plus b plus c whole square, 1, 0, minus 1, 0, 1, minus 1, c plus a plus 2b. This is what you have. So I can expand this using the first row. I will have a plus b plus c whole square, and then when I expand it, I will have 1 into c plus a plus 2b minus a. Then 0, I don't have anything. And then minus 1 into 0 minus c, I will have. minus of minus a, that is plus a. That means I will have a plus b plus c whole square, 2a plus 2b plus 2c. I can take 2 common, a plus b plus c. So the final answer will be 2 into a plus b plus c whole cube. Let's go to the next question. Which question we have done? 41. And so now we have to go to 43. In question number 43, it is given that determinant of AB, A alpha plus B, BC, B alpha plus C, A alpha plus B, B alpha plus C, and 0. This is equal to 0. But the conditions are if maybe A, B, C are in AP, that may be the condition. A, B, C in GP may be the condition, or X minus alpha is a factor of ax square plus 2bx plus c equal to 0 may be the condition, or A, B, C are in HP, that may be the condition, or alpha is root of the equation, that may be the condition. One of the conditions it must satisfy. So first of all, we will take the determinant equal to 0 and we will apply operation on it. The operation we can apply is from R3, we will subtract R1 but by multiplying alpha, and we will subtract R2 also. So basically R3 will change. We will have A alpha plus B minus A alpha minus B. B alpha plus C minus B alpha minus C. Then 0. Then minus A alpha square minus B alpha and minus B alpha minus C. Whereas R1 remains the same. R2 remains the same. That is equal to 0. So that means in R3, we will have 0, 0. Minus A alpha square minus B alpha minus B alpha minus C. As you can see, these two cancel, these two cancel, these two cancel, and these two cancel. Whereas the remaining terms will be same. R1 will be same. A, B, A alpha plus B, B, C, B alpha plus C equal to 0. Now I can expand it using column 1 or column 2. A into minus CA alpha square minus BC alpha minus BC alpha minus C square minus 0. That minus 0 I need not write. And then minus B into, what I have is minus AB alpha square minus B square alpha minus b square alpha minus bc and minus 0. That is what I have, equal to 0. So still when I simplify, minus c a square alpha square minus abc alpha minus abc alpha minus c square a plus ab square alpha square minus b cube alpha minus b cube alpha plus b square c equal to 0. So I can simplify this further. Minus c a square alpha square minus 2abc alpha minus c square a plus ab square alpha square minus 2b cube alpha plus b square c equal to 0. I will take ac common from a few terms. From which terms I can take AC common? I can take AC common from all these. So when I take AC common, what will I have? Minus A alpha square. Here minus 2B alpha. And then minus C. Next, I can take something else common. I can take minus B square also common. From which terms I will take minus B square common? I will have minus A alpha square, then minus 2B alpha and minus C. This will become plus. So minus equal to 0. I can take AC minus B square common and minus also common, so that I will have A alpha square plus 2B alpha plus C equal to 0. So either AC minus B square will be 0 or A alpha square plus 2B alpha plus C will be 0. That means either B square will be equal to AC or x equal to alpha is root of ax square plus 2bx plus c equal to 0. That means A, B, C are in GP or this will happen. So we can say that option B holds good here. We can go to the next question. Which question we have done just now? We have taken 43 questions. So we will go to question number 45. In question number 45, A is given as the matrix 1, 2, 2, 1. We have to find adjoint of A. Just adjoint of A, not determinant of adjoint of A. So in order to find adjoint of A, what we will do here is, let me change the color of the pen. As per the adjoint of A formula, for 2 by 2 determinant, it is very easy. This one will come here, this one will come here, and the 2's will become negatives. That is it. This will be the adjoint of A. Let's go to 47. Question number 47 is, A is a matrix given as A, B, C, D, such that AD minus BC is not 0. Then we have to find A inverse. Again, this is a 2 by 2 matrix. It is very easy for 2 by 2 matrix. We will take A inverse as 1 by determinant of A. So what is determinant of A? I think all the questions got erased. So I will write the question again. Question number 47, I will write again. So question number 47 is, matrix A is given as A, B, C, D such that AD minus BC is not 0. And then we have to find A inverse. As I said, because it's a 2 by 2 matrix, finding A inverse is very easy. We have to find 1 by determinant of A. Determinant of A is AD minus BC, and then I have to multiply adjoint of A. Adjoint of A is, I will interchange A and D here. So D and A it will be. Then for B and C, I will have the minus sign. That's it. It's very simple. Next, we will go to question number 49. As per question number 49, matrix A is given as 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. Then, what's the relationship between adjoint of A and A? Option A is saying adjoint of A is A. Option B is saying adjoint of A is A transpose. Option C is saying adjoint of A is A inverse. And option D, all are correct. That is what it is saying. So basically, we have to create a relationship between adjoint of A and A. So we will take the matrix adjoint of A. Because it is an identity matrix, adjoint also will be the same, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. That means it is same as A. But A transpose also will be same. And A inverse also will be same. So I can say all statements are correct. That means I can go for option D. Next, we can go to question number 51. In question number 51, they are saying that determinant of skew symmetric matrix of even order. That is what we have to find. So it is very, very clear. From the conceptual part, determinant of skew symmetric matrix of even order is non-zero perfect square. it will be non-zero, and it will be perfect square also. From the concept part, you can select this. Next, we will go to question number 53. If the matrix A is 3, 2, 1, 4, then I have to find A into adjoint A equal to what? Of course, the options are given, but we need not worry about the options. So if they're asking you A into adjoint A, it will be equal to determinant of A into I. Determinant of A is 12 minus 2 into I, and that is 10I. That means it will be a matrix 10, 0, 0, 10. And according to that, you can select the option. Next, we will go to question number 54. 55 we will take. 54 we will avoid. I have to find inverse of the matrix 5, 2, 3, 1. So because it is again a 2 by 2 matrix, it is quite easy. I will find determinant of A first. It is 5 minus 6. That is negative 1. And I will find adjoint of A. I will change 5 and 1. So 1 and 5. And I will change the signs of 2 and 3. So A inverse will be 1 by determinant of A into adjoint A. So when I multiply negative 1, I will get 1 becomes negative 1. This becomes 2. This becomes 3. And this becomes 5. So this is A inverse. Let's go to question number 57. In question number 57, it's given that if A, B are square matrices of order 3, then the options are adjoint of AB is equal to adjoint of A into adjoint of B. Option B is A plus B inverse equal to A inverse plus B inverse. Option C is AB equal to 0 implies determinant of A is 0 or determinant of B is 0. Option D is saying if AB equal to 0, it implies determinant of A equal to 0 and determinant of B equal to 0. So this is looking a little bit complicated, but it is not. If you see option C, AB equal to 0, this is looking more meaningful. That means either determinant of A will be equal to 0 or determinant of B will be equal to 0. Let's go to question number 59. In 59, you are given system of equations. That means you are given two equations. X plus 2y equal to 11 minus 2x minus 4y equal to 22. What kind of solutions what type of solutions this system of equations have. That is what we have to find out. So we will take the matrix A with the coefficients. The coefficients are 1, 2, minus 2, minus 4. When I take determinant of A, I am getting 0. And what else I have is, if you see the equations, the first equation can be written as 2x plus 4y equal to 22 if I multiply by 2. And the second equation, if I multiply by minus 1, I can write it as 2x plus 4y equal to minus 22. This cannot be possible. That means the system of equation has no solution at all. I think one more question we can do it. We will do question number 61 and we will end the session with the end of this chapter. The equations, you are given system of equations again. 2x plus y equal to 4. 3x plus 2y equal to 2. X plus y equal to minus 2. What kind of solutions this system of equations have? That is what we have to find out. So I will take just the equation 2x plus y equal to 4 and 3x plus 2y equal to 2. Only two equations I will take. And then in order to find x, I can take the determinant 4, 1 and then 2, 2 by 2, 1, 3, 2. What did I take? I took the constant terms here and y's coefficients here. And then what did I take here? I took the x terms coefficient and y terms coefficients here to get the value of x. And that will be 8 minus 2, 6, 4 minus 3, 1. Similarly, in order to get y, I will take determinant of 2, 4, 3, 2 and same determinant 2, 1, 3, 2 in the denominator. So what did I take here? I am taking x coefficients here and the constants here. Denominator is same. So I am getting 4 minus 12, that is minus 8 by 1. That is equal to minus 8. Put this in the third equation, x plus y equal to minus 2. Put x as 6, y as minus 8. It is being satisfied. We are getting minus 2. So we can say this system of equation has only one solution. I think we have time to answer one more question. That is question number 63 also. We will try quickly. We have to find the value of lambda in the following system of equations. X plus y plus z equal to 6. 4x plus lambda y minus lambda z equal to 0. 3x plus 2y minus 4z equal to minus 8. Given that the system of equation has no solution, Based on this, you have to find the value of lambda. So how can we do that? Because the system of solution has, the system of equation has no solution if you take the coefficients determinant 1, 1, 1, 4 lambda minus lambda, 3, 2 minus 4, the determinant has to be 0. I will apply some operations on the determinant. That is, I will take C2 minus C1. I'll take C3 minus C1. So C1 will remain same. 1 minus 1, 0. Lambda minus 4 and negative 1. 1 minus 0 minus lambda minus 4 and minus 7 I will have. I'll have equal to 0. So when I expand using the first row, I will have minus 7 lambda plus 28 and then minus, actually it is plus lambda, but it will become minus lambda. Actually it's plus 4, it will become minus lambda equal to 0. So I will have minus 8 lambda plus 24 equal to 0 or lambda equal to 3. So I think with this we can end the session. We have completed determinants and matrices. In the next class, we will go to the new chapter. See you in the next class.